What's up, guys? It's Kim here. So I want to do a video about when to sell your crypto because I believe a lot of people are always sharing about dollar cost average, buying the deep, diamond hands, but nobody ever tells you when to sell or how to sell, right? So as always, but make sure to follow my socials, as you can see here on this channel. Linktree with all my links up here. I have a Telegram group, YouTube group as well, a YouTube channel, and all that. So make sure to subscribe, hit the like, and also give me some support over there. All right, right into it right now. So for the selling or when to sell, I will always break down this into two parts. Okay, the first one being the fundamentals, and the second one being the technicals. So people in crypto is always starting to talk about the fundamentals, right? So when I talk about the fundamentals, to myself, whenever I look for a coin, I would always look at the fundamentals in terms of what is it doing, what is the utility, what is the category that they're in, right? And the people who are behind that, right? Unless you're buying like SafeMoon or FEG or SafeMars or Shiba, the latest one, right? Then that's a different story altogether, right? For sure. So always make sure to look at the fundamentals, right? The upcoming roadmaps and the roadmaps that they are coming, as for example the mainnet launch, for example, right? And to see whether if any of the people are under investigation. Now, in the crypto space, it is obvious that there are two types of categories. I would say three, if you consider the meme categories, right? The first one being a crypto that has a good products, right? But they are lacking in terms of the marketing or the advertisement, right? Or there are coins that have good advertisement but don't have really a working product. Or another ones that has a good product and good marketing, which is the best one of them all, right? So there are three categories that fall into these categories. So always remember to understand the fundamentals, right? Few criteria that makes you it can make you want to sell in terms of the fundamental side of things. One is you can actually sell when there is some good main product, mainnet launch, right? A good mainnet launch is happen when the price is going up, right? Of course. Or there is a really huge partnership with some of the big corporations in the working world, right? Or you can sell when it's going down all entirely. Not really, not really, unless you're picking a wrong coin, for example, right? So that is what, in terms of the summary for when to sell or how to sell from the fundamental angle of things, right? So make sure that you can always sell in terms of when a big mainnet launch or maybe a big partnership is happening, or maybe a big forking up event like Ethereum is having soon. Or maybe you feel that that token doesn't have hope anymore, so you can just sell it instead of bleeding all the way to zero, right? The second aspect that I want to cover of when to sell is covering into the technical analysis of things, right? So from the technical analysis, I will break down this into a few stops, right? And do a quick demo of this for sure. But basically for the technicals, you want to always pair up a couple of the top technicals, right? I've actually done a video about some of the technicals that I'm using, technical indicators on TradingView, right? The MACD is very important, smart money movements, as well as the stock RSI, stochastic RSI, right? And I'll do a demo of how I analyze when to sell or how to sell it as well, right? Of course, you can just press the sell button and you can just sell it, of course, right? I will go to CoinGecko and look for some of the coins which have the most gain in a couple of hours. For example, Right now there's not much gains here, but let me see 24 hours, right? Okay, as you can see here, there is a few tokens that are rallying up very hard, so I think it's no surprise here. So let me just go through Medic, for example, right, to show you how I will set when or how to sell in your spots, right? So let me just go to trading view, pick up the Medic chart, right? I will pick a new chart so that at least you can have a look at how I would usually do it. All right. Okay, so this is Medic's chart, right? What I usually do is set it up onto daily, right? Have these three indicators, which is this MACD MTF, Smart Money MCDX, as well as the stochastic RSI. I've already done a video about some of the indicators that I'm using, the top indicators, so I'll put it in the link as well as the description below as well, right? Let me do an example of Medic, for example. So as we all know, this is like a skyrocket kind of growth right here. So if you were a FOMO buyer, you will buy in here and then you maybe exit out at here, right? But how do you know how high or how low can it go, right? So basically what I will do is like this. Let me just give example and backtrack to show that, let's say we haven't gone through any of this, right? So assuming this portion, this orange portion didn't happen yet, right? And let's say we are only seeing this token something like this, right? Okay, let me just do this, okay? So let's say we only have the history for this view right now, right? And how we want to determine the price of where the token is going and how much to sell. So click on this button here and find this thing called the trend-based Fibonacci extension, right? And what you do is like this. So you press this trend base, let me pull it up. So you pick it from a very low spot from the previous price, right? You pull it up to the highest point that you can see in the current chart. Let's say it is here because of this candle over here, right? So I'll pull it here and then I will pull it back to the lowest retracement level over here, right? Over here. So this is the lowest retracement. So pull from a lower angle from here, pull to the highest of what you have the information of, and the retracement, so it's 1 and then 2, right? Highest point and then pull to the lowest point that you know, right? So these are some of the levels that you can see so far, right? So what I'll do is here, okay? So you can see some of the levels that are being charted. I will draw some lines so that it is easier for you to track. Essentially, what you want to do is pick up the 236, the 382, right? These are the couple of good buy zones in this region, right? And then for your take profit, you will want it to be here. So let me change this color to green, right? Green, take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, and probably if you want to be more risky, you can be take profit 4, okay? So green are the sell, yellow are the buy, right? So let's take this example, right? And right now you have seen that, okay, let's say this candle has already appeared at 53.76, but you should have purchased it somewhere in this zone, right? If let's say you were in here around the March time frame, right? So purchasing and loading up in this region would be good, right? Perhaps you can load some here and load some around this region because it is based almost zero already, right? And set your stop, your take profit here, right? At 63 cents, 72 cents, 84 cents. And a bigger profit is 1.18, right? So as the timeline goes and take place, so let me just pull up. Okay, so if it pulls up here, you can see it already triggers your 1, 2, 3, your 3, 2 level. Let me see. Highest is 85 cents. Yep, 85 cents. This is 84.29. So you hit your 3 target automatically, right? So how you want to set is basically, you can set 10% here, 10% here, 10% here, right? So you can hit your profits already from that. And what you can do is, let's say you have purchased it inside this range, right? Let's say at 35 cents, right? You can actually do by setting up your take profits up here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. and also put your stop losses around the 35 cents as well, right? Let's say you've got 1,000 tokens, you can put 100 tokens at 63 cents, 100 tokens at 72 cents, 100 tokens at 84 cents, and another 100 token at 1.18, right? So if you were to done that before this candle all shoot up, so you will hit instantly 1, 2, 3 spots already, 3 spots, right? And once this happens, you can actually push up your stop loss, right? Let's say you have 100, 200, 300, and 400, you got 600 tokens left. You can put your 600 tokens at the lowest stop loss. So let's say it's here right now. You can put your stop loss at somewhere here, your balance 600 tokens, if you are conservative, right? So as the candle plays out like this, if you were to put and just leave it hanging at 618, your balance tokens, you can just leave it hanging there on a conservative play, right? So as the token goes up and goes up and goes up and comes down, okay, so this is another point that it hits. This is another point that it hits right now. So you would have 100 tokens profit here, 100 tokens profit here, 100 tokens profit here, and another 100 tokens profit here, right? If you're even more greedy, you can actually set it up here, which you would by right hit it as well, right? But most of the time, in terms of the Fibonacci level, you can set it up all the way until this rate will be the final last one, right? But most of the time, it wouldn't really hit it. But if it hits it, then it will be very good for you, right? So this is an example. So as the stock prices keep going here and making higher highs, right? Let's say your balance conservative tokens over here, right? You can set it up higher at here, and then you can keep setting up higher here and keep setting up higher here, right? So in the event that there is a market crash and it shoots down, it will stop you out here, and you already make money because you have purchased it down here, right? So this is an example for Medic. Let me do for ADA as well, because ADA is also shooting up, right? Very heavily, right? Okay, let's take an example for, let's say, over this time frame, like real time frame. How would you want to play that from there? Okay, let's say you don't have a position and you want to enter. So what you do is you press your trend-based Fibonacci over here, right? Trend-based Fibonacci. Scroll back in the 1 daily time frame, pull it down, and you can pick from this range, from the 20 cents range, right? Down to the highest position here and drop back in the lowest first retracement area here. This vicinity will be a better price to purchase, right? So what you can do is this price, because the retracement is not that good, so let me pull it down here. Okay, so it will be better if you were to buy here in this range. Okay, let me pull this here. Yeah, so the best price you can buy is about 90 cents. Oops. This is another good price to buy. Okay, so you can buy around this range here in the orange vicinity. Here, this will be a better price to buy, right? Because 160, I would say it will be too high. Taking a proper use case, for example, right? So it might have a continuous uptrend right now, because if you look at some of the indicators here, it is still green, right? The volume is still very high. There is a lot of institution money indicated by the rate over here. But this is looking a little bit shaky right now, right? But if it starts making like a lower low, like let's say like this, let me draw this for example. So if this thing starts going like that, right? But the price like goes like that, then you know it will be a retracement coming on, right? but so far this one is still bullish, this one is still bullish, but this is not really there yet, so we need to wait. If this rate continues to read down, so there is a potential for downside, and if let's say the volume here starts be lower and goes and turn red like this, then we need to pay attention here, right? But always make sure you shouldn't enter a trade that is going upwards, right? You should always purchase when it is in the downward trend, right? For example. So I hope that has been informative, and if this has brought you some value, make sure to like the content, subscribe, and appreciate any thoughts and comments down below as well. Alright, take care.